These things are not homes. This guy's living in what is this? Is this a submarine? Is he living in a submarine on the harbor? So male living spaces are one of the most insane and bizarre things that I have ever seen. It really makes me disappointed in my fellow men. Like, this guy lived in the hallway of his friend's one-bedroom apartment for almost a year. Paid him $500 a month? I'm sorry, what? For a hallway? This has to be in like New York City or something. There is nowhere else in the world where they're charging you $500 a month for a hallway, for no windows and no doors. I don't know if I can think of any other living arrangement that has less privacy than your buddy's hallway to his one-bedroom apartment. This guy has curtains for doors. I really hope this guy never tries to take a girl back to his place because, hey babe, how come we never go back to your place? How come we're always staying at mine? I want to go to your place for a change. I mean, I would, it's just my place is like really small and cramped. There's no privacy. Like, I just don't think it'd be good. No, it's okay if it's small. Like, I still want to see your place. We could always like close the door, you know, to have more privacy. It's okay. I live in a hallway, okay? I live in my friend's hallway in his one-bedroom apartment. The doors are shower curtains and I sleep on a small piece of foam. If we go hang out there, he's gonna be walking in and out of my living space because it's a hallway. I've got everything I need. Motherfucker, you don't even have a blanket. Are you an animal? Do you have fur? You have a table, but you don't even own enough belongings to need this table. There is literally nothing for you to put on this table. You have a bed with no blankets, a table with zero belongings to put on it. Do you really have everything you need? Do you need this table? What's the table for? Don't worry, the heat from his $1,000 gaming PC will keep him warm when he's sleeping at night. He doesn't need a blanket. Why invest in a blanket when you could better spend your money on a gaming PC? That's the real priority here. Fuck basic needs, buy a gaming PC. So male living spaces are kind of split up into a few different categories. The first category is absolutely nothing. The first male living space category is having zero belongings. Like the dude who's living in the hallway and barely owns anything. Or this guy who's got a little sleeping bag, guitar. Thank God he has a plant and a TV. Okay, you know, the necessities. Plant, TV, guitar, sleeping bag. Hey, you know what? At least he has something to cover his body while he's sleeping. The first category kind of also bleeds into the second category, which is dudes who've just gotten divorced, and so that's why they have zero assets and zero money and zero belongings. It's because they just got divorced. 26, relationship imploded, went from a house on the water to this. Okay. All right, I think some of these guys get a pass. Did you steal this plant from her out of spite? You're like, yeah, fuck you, I'm taking this plant with me. This plant's mine. You may have the house, the cars, the kids, all of the money, all of my money, but you know what? Fuck you. Your plant is this is now my plant. And it's gonna look good next to my guitar, TV, and sleeping bag. I can't even afford food. But yeah, there's a lot of posts like this. 59, divorced, starting over. Lawn chairs, a TV, and is that an air purifier? Like, I'm sorry, the air purifier and the random plant, those just seem really out of place. Like, I swear all of these posts, the men just had to take something out of spite so that they can feel like they won. This man chose the air purifier. His ex-wife really loved that air purifier. Well, not anymore. He may be in financial ruin, but at least he has her air purifier. I'd say that's a win for male living spaces. This guy doesn't even have a real chair, but he got a plant? Maybe let's invest in a real chair, one that is not made out of air, before we start investing in a plant that's sitting on the ground? Or would you say that this is everything you need? You know, all I need is an inflatable chair and a plant. All I do in life is exist. I don't do anything else. I go home, I sit down on my inflatable chair. The plant provides me oxygen. All I need is oxygen to live. I see nothing wrong with this. What more could I possibly need? Food, water? No, I don't need any of that shit. I'm a man and I require nothing. Divorced and no idea what I'm doing. You have a fucking stormtrooper in your room. Feels like everything I need though. Need? This is everything you need? The 4 things in this room are everything that you need. Babe, why is there a stormtrooper statue in your room? That's kind of really creepy. Well, honey, you don't understand. In this room, this is everything I need. This is everything I need. I don't need anything else in this world. Just these 4 things. Bed, chair, TV, life-size stormtrooper replica. That's it. That is my emotional support stormtrooper replica. He is the only person that has stuck with me through everything, even through the divorce. Even when my kids left me, he was still here. This is my emotional support stormtrooper. If he was not here, I would kill myself. I would kill myself. Okay? If he wasn't here, I would die. I would kill myself. Speaking of the giant life-size Stormtrooper replica, this actually directly feeds into our next type of male living space, which is the free will male living spaces. Like this fucking dinosaur hanging from the hallway of this apartment. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that is kinda sick. That's kinda dope. But also very bizarre. At the same time, it does feel just a little bit out of place. Just a random dinosaur hanging from the ceiling. This guy's got a fucking motorcycle in his living room. I don't really understand this. Extra seating, I guess. Yeah, I'm having a party tonight with 6 people, but my couch has only fit 5, so I'm just gonna park this bitch in the living room, you know? I'm just gonna drive this thing straight through the front door and park it in my living room, and there you go. That's an extra seat. That's 6 people. Somebody gets to sit on the motorcycle while we're playing Monopoly. 35 male, never had a girlfriend. What? Okay, that seems like an odd thing to include in this post. Why is that relevant? Hey guys, here's my living space as a 35 male. Just so you know, I have never had a girlfriend. Yeah, I've never had a girlfriend. That's why I have 3 monitors and one of them's curved. Yeah, I figured you guys would be able to tell from these photos, so I just wanted to get ahead of it. I knew that you guys would call me a fucking virgin when I posted these, so you know, yep, you caught me. I've never had a girlfriend. All right, now there is one more category of male living spaces, and this one I think is the most absurd. And that is living in things or places that you should not be living in. These things are not homes. This guy's living in what is this? Is this a submarine? Is he living in a submarine on the harbor? But he has a sea home? When we say we want a house on the water, this is not what we mean. Here's another really odd home. Been living in here for a few years, feeling like a pretty comfortable space. A bit small, but it does the job. Are you living in a clay hut? What is this thing? Did you make this thing with your bare hands with clay from the ground? You don't even have a door. This is your home? Why are there like 6 cats trying to take over your clay hut? Are you living in the middle of a forest with a bunch of stray cats? 32 male. Do you like my 132-year-old church apartment? Holy shit. Jesus is getting fucking lit in there. So how does one acquire a 132-year-old church as an apartment? Do you buy the church and convert it into an apartment? Was the church really struggling and so they're renting out rooms in the church? Like, here's another guy that's living in like a shack in the woods. Okay, yeah, that's creepy as hell. I would not want to live here. Also, look at this dog. I don't trust him. First time renting outside of home. You're renting this? You did not build this with your bare hands. Somebody is charging you money to stay here. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. You're getting scammed. You're getting scammed, buddy. You could have made this in one day with some lumber from Home Depot. And last but not least, somebody who moved into a school bus, which is, you know, also like, how does one acquire a school bus? And how come all of these really odd homes are like always in the middle of a forest, like a rainforest? Like, are we just finding any type of vessel that can house us and just dropping it in the middle of a forest and inhabiting it? We're building clay huts and wooden shacks in the middle of a forest and dropping school buses into a forest and living there? Yeah, that's insane. But you know what? That's all he needs. That's everything that he needs. A school bus and, you know, maybe a plant. Who could ever need more than that? Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.